السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله، السلام عليك يا خيرة الله وابن خيرته، السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين.
I request you brothers, inshallah, to come forward towards the stage. You cannot hear us? You can hear me? Okay. Now, inshallah, because more people will come as the program goes on, inshallah. And also, the curtain will be raised for the benefit of our sisters. So I request the brothers to come forward. Allahumma ajjal fi faraj Mawlana sahib al-asr wal-zaman. Inshallah, in few minutes, I will introduce the master of ceremony of this program of tonight, Brother Nusrath KasamAli, who will take over and conduct this program. But before that, I want to remind you, we are here at the occasion of celebration of whatever, whether you call it dinner of the Eid or gathering after the Eid, while there are many things happening in Muslim world that are very much disturbing. Actually, we are sympathizing with other brothers and sisters who did not celebrate the Eid this year because of what happened in our Muslim country of Pakistan. Unfortunately, as you know, there are tensions created by enemies of Islam between Muslims. And that is very sad situation. And the root of that is the connivingness and animosity of the enemies of Islam, and also ignorance of Muslims, some of the Muslims, which they do not realize by this act, if the Muslims are, we are not sure whether they are Muslims who are committing this crime or whether they are Zionist agents as mentioned by our ulamas and other enemies of Islam. So, nevertheless, it is very much clear this is not the act of a Muslim by definition. Whoever is causing this is not a Muslim and is not helping the Muslim cause. So while we are, for the benefit of our youngsters and children, conducting this majlis, we are sympathizing with other brothers and sisters in Muslim world because of the sad things that are happening in the Islamic world and the Muslim Ummah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us awareness of what our duties and responsibilities are, to unite us and to help us understand our priorities. Also help us understand our real enemy, Shaitan, and his agents in this world. I will stop at this time and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless all of you brothers and sisters. I request Brother Naushad KasamAli to take over at this time. Salawat. Muhammad salawat. Respected Maulana Sahib, elder parents, brothers and sisters in Islam, and my young friends, Assalamu alaikum. It is indeed an honor and privilege for me to have this opportunity tonight to be the moderator for the program. Briefly, the program tonight consists of the following. It's not a very long program, so bear with us. Tonight belongs to the IEC school program. Within a few minutes I will introduce the chairman of the education for IEC. This program should last for about 30 minutes. It will be followed by an award ceremony. We will then have a short speech by Maulana, and we will wrap up the evening with the dinner. So without taking any more time from this school, I would like to introduce at this time Brother Jafar Nouchedi, who is the chairman of the education program for the IEC. Let us welcome Brother Jafar with the Naira Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Thank you very much, Brother Naushad. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Brothers and sisters, as you all know, this is first act for me in this position. Before I start in this position, I would like to thank Brother Jafar Amir, who chaired the education position before me. He has done a tremendous amount of work in this position. I sincerely do thank him for all the work he has done. I certainly will use his help, and of course under Maulana Islam guidance and Brother KasamAli Khan's help, we certainly will use Brother Jafar Amir, and I will follow his policies, his rulings, and will do my best to better any activity that's going on at the IEC school. I have many positions at IEC schools that need to be filled. I will need your help in filling those positions. A few of those positions have already been filled, but many other positions need to be filled, and I will need your help in filling those positions and carrying out the responsibilities at the IEC school. We have over 200 students at the school, and there are a lot of work that needs to be done. And without your help, we will not succeed at IEC school. Before I talk too much about that, I would like to start the program by calling Brother Shahrazad's class to recite verses from Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I swear by the sun and its brilliance, and the moon when it follows the sun, and the day when it shows it, and the night when it draws a veil over it, and the heaven and him who made it, and the earth and him who extended it, and the soul and him who made it perfect. Then he inspired it to understand what is right and what is wrong for it. He will indeed be successful who purifies it, and he will indeed fail who corrupts it. Samud gave the lie to the truth in their inordinacy. When the most unfortunate of them broke forth with mischief, so Allah's apostle said to them, leave alone Allah's she-camel and give her to drink. For they called him a liar and slaughtered her. Therefore their Lord crushed them for their sin and leveled them with the ground. And he fears not its consequences. Sadaqallahu
It gives me tremendous happiness to see students who are just about to graduate from IEC school can read Quran as well as they do, and I hope that those students who are going to IEC school now will get to a point where they will be able to read the Quran as well as these students do. I'm very proud of these students, and in a society like this, it's unbelievable that IEC schools can produce students like this. The second part of our program is going to deal with the girls, second graders. I would like to ask Fatima Rashid, Maryam Tutunchian, and Zainab Rashid, one at a time, to come forward. Fatima Rashid, I would like her to come and give her a speech. Since Fatima is not here, and Maryam Tutunchian is going to read her poems.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, and respected imams.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
I'm going to tell a poem of Imam Ali. A tragedy in Ramadan. In the month of Ramadan, it emerges for the man who listens to the Quran. He will suffer off as he helps them all, but the image of the man who listens to the Quran is the Ramadan. He was raised by the Prophet who had managed the Prophet and his best student was the judgment, but the image of the man who listens to the Quran is the month of Ramadan. He buried frustration in the enemy of frustration, stopped to make it still in the focus of his life, so the evidence of the man who listens to the Quran is the month of Ramadan. لا خطأ لا علي لا خطأ لا استقرار لا خطأ لا علي لا خطأ لا استقرار لا خطأ لا استقرار صلى
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Thank you very much, Maryam. I'd like to ask Zainab Rashid to come forward now. Zainab here? Oh, she has not. Okay, I would like to ask Salman Ali Tavalli.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Rahman Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
اللهم صل
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
In the name of Allah, to the Merciful, Praise be to God, Lord of the world, most gracious and most merciful, Master of the day of judgment. Thee we worship and thee we seek help from. Show us to the right path, the way of those of whom thou hast bestowed grace on. The opening surah. This from the beautiful surah, the opening chapter of 7, rightly called the Master of the Books. It teaches us perfect prayer, for if we can pray right, it means that we have some knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His causes. And in relation to us and experiences which include ourselves. That we glimpse the source from which we come and spiritual destiny and the God's true judgment, then we offer ourselves to God and seek His light. After that, we must pray. Prayer is the heart of religious faith. But how should we pray? What should we say? What words should we use? The yearning of our ignorant and evil heart. The knower of all. Is it worthy of him or our spiritual nature to ask for help? Or even for such physical needs as our daily bread? It inspires one another to pray that things of our hope and our masters things that matter. We think in devotion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's name and His nature. We pray for perspiration and spiritual care. We call to mind the realities seen and unseen. We offer Him worship and ask for His guidance. And we know the straight from the crooked path by the light. And the graciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Thank you very much, Jafar. Now it's
The permission of the respected Ulama, I'd like to recite 99 names of Allah.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
والله الذي لا إله إلا هو الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر
ability to memorize 99 names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. King Subhan is a great to his brother. He's done very well. Next, we are going to start with the girls. I would like to ask for KasamAli to come and present her speech. Nouchedi is one of our best students at the IEC school, and also her sister.
In this month, all the Baha'i Muslims must fast. The reason we fast is to learn self-discipline and nutrition in our lives. We also fast to be closer to Allah. Before we fast, we have a breakfast very early in the morning, and this breakfast is called the Hadi. When it is time to break our fast, we have a dinner called the Nouchedi. From the morning, we also have preparation month. When we fast, we have to fast with our eyes, ears, hands, and of course our mouth. In the month of Ramadan, we also have Laylatul Qadr. Laylatul Qadr is when the Holy Quran will reveal the Prophet Muhammad. In the month of Ramadan, Imam believes in the living God. In Ramadan, he works with the poor people in the Shura. I realized that I had become more patient and that I had become more self-disciplined by reading the Holy Quran every day. A person who is ill with traveling may not fast. If we have missed any fast, we must make up our fast before the next Ramadan comes. If somebody has missed or broken the fast on purpose, they must make up the fast by fasting for 60 days or by feeding 64 people. Muslims never to fast by sighting the moon. When Muslims sight the moon, we all do plenty of dua. We do the dua to show happiness that the month of Ramadan has come. After the month of Ramadan has passed, we all have a big celebration called Eid. On the day of Eid, Muslims wake up very early to go to the mosque to pray a very important prayer. Eid is also a day when Muslims should forgive other people. On the day of Eid, people get a lot of wonderful gifts. All Muslims go to the mosque to celebrate Eid. People usually wear very fancy clothes. Everybody is happy on the day of Eid. On Eid, we usually say Eid Mubarak. Many people honor themselves that they have fasted in the month of Ramadan. On the day of Eid, people must not forget the poor. Muslims must give some money to the poor on the day of Eid. I now told you about the month of Ramadan and the day of Eid. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Nouchedi. IEC school is teaching so much to these children that a lot of parents, this is not just my observation, but also the observation of a lot of parents that come and tell us the children are teaching us, the parents, about Islam now. Alhamdulillah. I mean, this is great. This is what the mission of IEC school is, to teach the children about Islam. We have Fatima Rashid here. I'd like to ask Fatima Rashid to come and present her speech, please. Okay, she's not here again. Okay, I would like to ask Farnaz Ikhlasi, please, to come and present her point. Ikhlasi. She's not here either. Okay. We are going to go to Jafar Ahsan for her speech. Salavat.
As you all know, the holy month of Ramadan is drawn to a close. Some people will say, good, now I can eat all I want. Many people will say, this is such a rewarding experience, and I will repent my mistakes that I may have made. Think of this month as a training period for the 100 days of Qiyamah. This is also a month for patience and self-control. When you see all your colleagues eating, you will want to eat as well. When they offer you, the unnoticed decline and explain why. The teacher loses self-control like the Christian black. Then the student says, I will give this up for God. But what's the significance of giving up our teacher's task? None. It is a game, a joke they are playing. It's also a wonderful month of praising God. The doors of hell are shut, and Shaitan is asleep. The doors of heaven are wide open, so pray unclean is not to close their places. Everything is so easy in this month, how can you go wrong? By lying, cheating, and going against the laws of Islam. Every good deed counts twice, as well as the bad deed. So this month is like a resolution month for us. We must put aside our differences and join our hands in brotherhood. Also, repent for our sins and resolve not to make them again. Seek forgiveness, for He is ever ready to show His mercy. Allah.
Thank you very much, Echo. What? We have Hussein Tazadeh, another IEC student, would like to present a speech.
The holy month of Ramadan is a special month for the Muslims. During this month, we as Muslims go through an exercise of self-discipline. For 1 month, we learn how to control ourselves by saying no to the most basic needs of eating and drinking. For 1 month, we will go through a hard and sometimes difficult training so we can make our faith stronger. At the end of this month, we observe the evil flesh to offer our thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us this chance to make our faith stronger. At the end of this month, while we are happy about our accomplishments, we are also sad to see this great month has come to an end. This month has become a good friend of us because during this month we were looking for Allah's happiness and forgiveness. So obviously when a good friend comes, we become sad. Our first Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, in one of his du'as, talks about this great month coming to an end. Imam says, therefore we say goodbye to the month whose departure is hard for us and makes us sad, whose going away from us and makes us feel lonely. So we say, peace be upon you, O great month of Allah, O grand Eid of Allah's friend. Peace be upon you, O friend who became familiar with us when you arrived, and make us lonely when you leave. Peace be upon you, O neighbor, when sins decreased. Peace be upon you, O helper, who helped against the shaitan. Peace be upon you, what a great eraser of sins you were. O Allah, whatever sins, great or small, we have committed, and wherever wrong we did, cover us with your covering, and forgive us with your pardon in this month. O Allah, bless Muhammad and his family. Make up the suffering which has come to us because of the end of this month, with the day of Eid and our blessing. Let it be the best day that we have seen. Make it a day that we attract your forgiveness, and a day that erases the sins. Forgive our known and unknown sins. O Allah, purify us of our errors by the end of this month. O Allah, verily we repeat to you on the day of our Eid that you have selected for time believers. O Allah, extend our lives so we can see future Ramadan. Assalamu alayka min mazlubin qabla ghadahi wa mahzumin alayha qabla fawtihi. Assalamu alayka kam min su'in sulika bika alayna wa kam min khayrin ufida bika alayna. Eid Mubarak to all Muslims. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. Hussein and his sister are also good students of IEC, and at every program they try to have a space slot reserved for them, mashallah. The next student we have is Asad Wade. Asad Wade is also one of the good students. He has a 4-year-old sister that has already memorized 12 surahs of the Quran.
Report about Eid al-Fitr. When the last day of Ramadan finishes, the first day of Shawwal is called Eid al-Fitr. This Eid consists of prayers and worship to Allah each day, have been quoted from the Holy Prophet and the other good. The conception of Eid in Islam is only confined to a celebrational extravaganza, luxurious feast, and friendly embraces. The Muslims should rather devote this day to the worship of Allah and should beseech Him to approve their virtuous deeds and forgive their sins. This is because the doors of God's pardon are kept open this day and His blessings are bountiful. It is Muslim to offer each prayer, but shukr is compulsory on those who can afford it, and it is a sin not to give it. Hazrat Imam Jafar has said that fasts do not attain perfection without fikr, just as Ramadan is not accepted without invoking the blessings of Allah on Prophet Muhammad and his children in the Testament. In this era of uncertainty, I end my speech by praying to Allah Almighty that He may give us a chance to celebrate the Eid al-Fitr next year. Allah.
Thank you, Asad. Next, we have 3 of our daughters who are bonded and who would like to present their speeches behind the curtain. So I am going to pass the microphone to Mr. Sadia Rizvi, and then next will be Anisa Kermani, and last one will be Zafra Shahnaraz. Salavat.
Yes, I'm going there.
the door with food and other places to go. So I thought about waste. What is waste? What do you think of when you think of waste? You think of trash burner and needing things to throw away. Waste, food, clothes, etc. is a great idea. In Islam it says that people should not waste good things which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. We must make good use of food, clothing, and anything else we may have. Our extra things should be given to the people in need. Food is the main thing we must not waste. People can survive with plenty of clothing for days, but no one can survive without food. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it wajib on us to give God's home and put that on the day of food. Imam Jafar was walking on the street and saw some people had thrown packets of meal in his street. He went to the owner of the house and he explained to them that if there were no need of food, this to all these people. All of these things we throw away into the trash can are being recycled today. In America, we specially use the rapid cleaning fibers to make construction paper. Plastic, certified bottles are being used in making vinyl jackets. Many other uses are being made by recycling. Other countries such as India also recycle. Now, whenever you throw little clothes away, think of the poor children around the world. Here's a poem about waste. Don't waste toys. Waste because tomorrow will be dead. Salawat. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والأسر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. I swear by God, most surely man is lost, except those who believe and do good and enjoy on each other's truth and enjoy on each other's patience. Assalamu alaikum. I would first like to wish Eid Mubarak to all my brothers, sisters, uncles, aunties, and respected Malana attending the Eid program here tonight. Living in a Western country is hard, but we can make it easier. A lot of us today get support, encouragement, criticism from non-Muslims and other Muslims which we are around about doing what is right in Islam. However, it is nice to turn on the TV or open the newspaper and see Islam being spread in a positive manner. Usually, before the first of Ramadan, an article about this holy month is put in the newspaper. This year, an article by Cecil S. Holmes was put in the Houston Chronicle called The Rivers of Ramadan. A man named Dr. Abu S. Alam, who is an ophthalmologist and has a private practice, closes his doors every day during the month of Ramadan at Zohar time for a period of peace and a time to pray. In my opinion, if you work from home or have a private practice like Dr. Alam, you should take time during Salat al-Zohar to pray to Salat, read the Quran, or do other things which will help you stay on the right path during this holy month of fasting. Secular bosses and co-workers make these tasks easier, say Muslim leaders. Ibrahim Cooper, a National Communications Director for the Washington-based Council on American Relations, said, very often you're not aware of what you're doing, why you're doing it, and the significance of fasting. If people would come up to me with these types of comments or questions, I would explain to them exactly why I fast. I would say Muslims fast to teach themselves tolerance, show themselves how the poor feel, and to keep themselves on the right path. Not just in food, but by hearing, seeing, or saying bad things. I would say this so they will understand and usually get more fascinated in Islam. Alam and another man named Dr. Ahmad, both from Bangladesh, said that you need to understand your own religion, plus other religions too. Ahmad said that he also learned things which the Catholics practice, such as light. I myself agree with the idea of learning about other religions for informational purposes. In my own life, I learned what the Catholics believe and see that Islam and Catholicism have many things in common, including fasting. Since our community is growing, it would be nice to see articles published in the newspaper regularly, so people who would like to convert get more educated in Islam. Inshallah, this will happen, not just in Ramadan, but all year round. KasamAli.
صل على محمد صلوات بر محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I have the honor of being a speech on Ramadan. At the beginning of Ramadan is hard and necessary. We have said this completion of Eid is easier, but as the days go on, it gets easier and easier to celebrate. Some people don't get used to fasting until the last few days of Ramadan. Almost everybody has their own ways of not feeling hungry during fasting. Some examples are sleeping, making up plans, and reading the Holy Quran. There's lots more that goes on in the field. Some people think that if they accidentally eat, then their fasting is broken. But it's not broken if you forgot you were fasting and broken. During Ramadan, we have the night of Day of the Present. On this night, we dismiss and ask for forgiveness from our sins. But this month teaches us we must continue for the rest of the year. Some examples are being on time to everything, such as prayer, weapons, and programs. Being on the lookout for each other. Self-control such as we should try to keep our temper on low, and we should worship Allah and compliment it as much as we can. During this month of Ramadan, it should be a time for us to strengthen our temper and to be grateful to Allah for all our blessings and to remember all the fortunate people all around the world.
Thank you very much, all the sisters. Salawat. I'm sorry our program is taking longer, but it's very important for our children to show what they can do and how much work they have done. For the time being, if you all don't mind, please coming forward because there is no space in the back.
a lot of space. Keep moving a little bit, inshallah.
Please, everyone stand up and come forward. I would like to ask Brother Jafar to come forward. Jafar Salawat. Haydar is one of our graduate students from IEC school.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu kutiba alaykumus sayyi'atu kama kutiba alal ladzina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun.
Allah.
O you who believe, that thing is prescribed to you, as it is prescribed to those before you, as if you may guard against evil. Assalamu alaikum, Imam Hadi Sahibul Zaman, respected Maulana, and brothers and sisters. My topic is fasting, and how it affected me, how it will affect you,
and how it will affect all of us on the day of judgment. You see, fasting has two aspects, the spiritual and physical. The spiritual aspect is purifying your soul by the way of repentance and worship. The physical aspect includes controlling five senses of sight, smell, hearing, touching, and taste. Ramadan gives us a chance to start a new life. This is a month when emotions remain under control of reason. Thoughts in this month are not wild, feelings not harsh, but forgiving. Generosity and love for Allah and love of your Creator are put in your soul. It is the best time to decide how we want to live our life and what we want to achieve. I've learned many things in this month. How to control my desires and control my needs, my feelings. It has also helped me to avoid haram. But most of all, I realized how great Allah is and how lucky I am to have such good parents. I owe my parents a lot. But not just me, everyone. And everyone has learned something in this month. People have realized what fasting can do. Fasting teaches us punctuality and develops our willpower. It helps us develop our power and strength and patience. Fasting also instills a spirit of prayer, submission, and obedience in our minds. And also a sense of satisfaction that I have completed my fast for the pleasure of my Lord, who will inshallah reward me with the light of heaven. But there is more to fasting than this sin. The Prophet said, a recommended prayer in this month will keep you away from the fire of hell. Whoever performs an obligatory prayer, Allah will reward him with 70 prayers in this month. And whosoever prays in this month, Allah will lighten his load of sin on the day of the account. And whosoever recites one verse of the Holy Quran will get the reward of reading the whole Quran of the other month. According to the book of Journey of the Unseen World, fasting will be a shield for us and a stallion, which will help us and protect us from the fires of hell and take us through the valley of Beirut. The shield and the stallion will have the strength of your strength when you are fasting down on earth. By fasting, Allah has given us a chance to restrain and repent, and a chance to pray and fulfill His pleasure, and a chance to wash our feet before we slip and fall off Sirat into the burning fire of hell. KasamAli.
Thank you very much, Hadi. You're not the only one who is thankful to his parents, Brother Jafar, Amir. I certainly am thankful to all the work that he has put and his whole family there with him. For a tremendous amount of hours that he has spent over here for IEC and IEC school and for our children. I'd like to ask Batul Jum'ah to come over here for dua. Batul Jum'ah. Come over here, Batul, please. Batul, come over here, please. MashaAllah. Salawat.
Alaikum Assalam.
Praise of Allah. Praise be to that Lord who made the universe. O what the heavens He made, O what on earth He spread. With the rays of the sun He made the clouds to shine. O what the seas He has made, O what the rivers He made flow. He made the great oceans to stand as up to top. Once He made coastal feathers to He alone can provide the good. He alone has created us all. He alone has guided the way. Oh, what the prophet he said. Oh, what the imam he said. What a glorious book he has said. Oh, what the lessons he has taught. We are the children of Allah, who is the creator of us all. The one who made the message, the one who made the house.
Now we have reached the last group, our kindergarten group. I'd like Sister Tara to bring all the children forward, please. Sister Tara, Sister John. Behind the curtain, there's a tremendous amount of work that's going on by teachers, by those who are working in the background to prepare these students, to coordinate them, to bring them forward, to get them ready. I don't know how much work there is. We thank all of them, especially Sister Tara, the teachers, those brothers that helped us to prepare the program, to put up the stage. I mean, just putting up the stage, it took 2-3 hours, and I know Brother Arab, Brother Abimirab, they all helped in putting up this stage. I thank them all from the bottom of my heart. I would like to also announce that we are going to have a Quran contest. It's going on right now, and the deadline for that is March 19th. And on the 27th or 26th of March, we are going to present gifts to all those children who participated in the Quran contest, and also those students who fasted and read Quran during the month of Ramadan. At the end, I would like to read the name of these students. But before I start on that, I would like to mention something that one of the brothers right in the middle of the program suggested, and that is, we would like to collect all these speeches and essays that were written and maybe make some sort of a connection between Islamic countries and pass these speeches and essays to students in Islamic countries and get some of theirs and bring them over here, and that way we can establish some sort of a link with our native country. How about it? The last part of the program is reading the names of all those students who participated in the Ramadan program. I would like to read these names by their age. Shireen Wade, she's 4 years old, and she fasted one day and read 11 or 12 surahs of the Quran. We have Sister Benin Fatima Irani and her sister Sabine Irani, who fasted, and they're only, one of them is 5, the other one is 6 years old. We have Farhan Merchant, who is 6 years old, and she fasted 2 days. We have Nasser Ayman, he is 7 years old and fasted 1 day and read some Quran. We have Khadija Shahnaran, 7 years old, who also fasted and read some Quran. We have Fatima Rashid, 7 years old. She fasted 7 days during the month of Ramadan. And Sadaf Birani fasted 8 days during the month of Ramadan. We have on the 8 years old, we have Hussein Sayyid Ali, who fasted 24 days during the month of Ramadan. Also, we have Faiza Sayyid, who is 7 years old. I'm sorry, I have not read that. And she also did some fasting during the month of Ramadan. We have Nusrath Zaidi, 8 years old, who fasted 6 days and read 1/4 of the Quran. We have Maryam Kutunjian, 8 years old, fasted 3 days and read some Quran. We have Subhan Ali Taraji, 10 years old, who fasted 29 days in the month of Ramadan. And he also read half of Surah Baqarah and Surah Hajj. We have Asad Wade, 10 years old, who fasted 6 days and read some Quran. We have Asim Hashim, who is 10 years old, fasted 4 days and read some Quran. Also, we have Hassan Sohaib, 10 years old, who fasted 3 days and read some Quran. We have Zivan Makani, 11 years old, who fasted the whole month of Ramadan. Another salawat for Ali Nasser, who also fasted 25 days of Ramadan and who's 11 years old. 12-year-old Khalid Al-Awali, who is 12 years old and fasted 49 days of the month of Ramadan and read Surah Baqarah and some more from Quran. Ali Hussein, 12 years old, who fasted 24 days of the month of Ramadan. Rizvi John Ali, who is 12 years old and did some fasting during the month of Ramadan. In the category of those who are not Baligh, Muhammad Jafar Bidiya fasted 24 days and read 10 juz of the Quran. It was suggested that we should not mention the Baligh students. I kind of disagree with that because in this society, at this time, at this age, as much as we can encourage our children, we should. Based on that, I have 5 names of those Bollywood students who did their best during the month of Ramadan. Nouchedi did read all the Quran during the month of Ramadan and did fast for 29 days. Anisa Kermani did also fast for 29 days and read many juzes of Quran. Nahid Kermani, 10 years old, fasted 29 days and did some juzes of Quran. Mehdi Merchant and Zabina Merchant, 9 years old, they fasted for 29 days of the month of Ramadan and read more than 1 juz of the Quran. Announces Jafar Ali, 6 years old, who fasted for 14 days during the month of Ramadan, and he's a student at IEC school. Salawat. Again, I would like to thank all the IEC teachers and principal and Brother Jafar and all those who are working in the background to prepare this program. I'm going to give the microphone to Brother Naushad. Salawat.
Thank Brother Jafar for conducting and taking the effort of putting an excellent program for the children. I think we need to encourage more participation attention of the youth, especially the little ones. Let us congratulate all the youngsters who have taken part, and I'm sure they have spent a lot of time in preparing the speech by reciting one Surah Salawat. Before we continue with the rest of the evening's program, on behalf of the board and its chairman, I would like to mention at the outset of this program that the board recognizes and realizes that we are observing, and let me emphasize, we are observing and not celebrating this Eid, keeping in mind the tragic events that occurred towards the end of Ramadan in Karachi. However, the board felt that to continue the tradition of having an Eid dinner was in line with the IEC, and we are observing Eid so that we can encourage and participate with the young ones. So at this time, let me request you that we all remember those who laid their lives in the way of Islam. Our hearts and minds are with the families, and all we can do at this time is recite one Surah Fatiha for all those who are martyred in Masjid Murtaza in Karachi. Fatiha. Surah Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Sirata alladhina an'amta 'alayhim ghayril maghdubi 'alayhim waladdallin. Let me just briefly introduce myself. I'm indeed honored. It's a very great privilege for having the board given me the chance of conducting tonight's program. There are plenty of here who may know me and some who may not. My name is Nouchedi, KasamAli, and I was a former member of the IEC when IEC did not even exist in the early 80s. At that time, we did not even have a center. The majalises were being conducted in the homes of the Mu'mineen in Houston. It is indeed very heartening to come back after 12 years and alhamdulillah to find a full-fledged center with active participation of all the members. Our thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His blessing, and indeed to all Mu'mineen who in one way or another, financially or morally, having helped and put the center together. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to have a center like this where so many cultures get together and participate in only one objective, that is in the way of Islam. I was also extremely impressed by the excellent Ramadan programs that were held here. It is a major undertaking to arrange iftar, and let me say some very delicious iftar dinners for 29 nights in a row. Even where I was in Dubai in the Middle East, where a lot of facilities are available, they did not have full-fledged iftar dinners for 29 nights. And it doesn't come easy. There are plenty of our Mu'mineen brothers and sisters who have made generous financial contributions and or their time to arrange for the iftar and the Ramadan programs. On behalf of the IEC board and its chairman, I would like to thank all those Mu'mineen. Let us applaud them with another salawat and then recite one Surah Fatiha for the Mu'mineen of his family. Salawat. Fatiha. What we witnessed tonight is an excellent example of how the youth can take part in these programs. We must encourage the youth to participate, not only in coming to the center. By coming to the center, it's not enough. They have to come here, they have to take part in reading the du'as, in giving speeches on proper occasions. Now I realize sometimes as parents we may find those speeches simple, sometimes they are very, you may even call some people get bored with it, but in order to encourage the children, in order to make them feel that they are counted, that they are part of this community, that they are part of a living and vibrant community, we must hold their hands bring them here, encourage them. And tonight, when you see any kids that took part in this speech, go ahead, shake his hands, give him a pat on the back, tell him that he's done great. And to all those children who did not participate, I would like to see them participate on the next occasion. And I'm sure with the IEC Education Board, we will have more such programs where more and more young children can come forward and participate. The operation of the IEC does not run easily. And money alone cannot run such programs. It takes a dedicated staff of volunteers, both in the gents and ladies section, to have a successful operation. For some of us who are not volunteers, we need to keep that in mind. Come forward, give a helping hand in any way you can, even a small way, but do actively participate. There is an excellent corps of volunteers, both in the ladies and gents sections here at ISC, and we have seen that during this recent Ramadan programs. On behalf of the board and all us nominees here, to whom you have served so well, may I say ahsan, and may Allah reward you amply in this world and in the year after. I don't need to mention the names of all the volunteers that will serve at this IEC. All of us know who they are. Take a moment tonight, go to them and thank them personally. This will mean a great thing for them. Now to our main program. You are also aware that new elections were held recently here, and the new board members and Al-Zawra Association are now managing the affairs of the IEC. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them the courage and moreover the patience to serve this community and our Imam al-Zamana for the next 2 years. Tonight, however, we would like to honor, and this is a surprise I understand, and recognize the members of the previous board. I was not here during their term of office in 1993 and 1994, but in talking to several people, I've come to understand that the board has rendered excellent services and persevered to what I understand a fairly turbulent period by exhibiting leadership and holding on to the spirit of Islam and seeking help only from Allah. They have done well, and tonight, on behalf of the new board and all of us here, we would like to thank them and recognize their services. I would like at this time to have the attention of my sisters because first of all, we are going to recognize the members of the Al-Zawra Association. And at this time, may I humbly request Mr. Malka Baiji to please award the certificates of appreciation to the members of the Al-Zawra Association as I recall their names. And before we do that, how about salawat? I'll just give a few seconds here for them to get ready. The first certificate of appreciation, and this is in no special order, just I think it's in alphabetical order. The award, the certificate goes to Sister Farishta Ali Savoli. Salawat. Sujad, am I in line? The next one is Sister Ashraf Amir. Salawat. Third one, Sister Fauzia Sagla. Salawat. The next one, the spokesperson for Al-Zawra Association, Sister Farida Ibrahim. Salawat. And the last one is Sister Tahira Jafar. Salawat. At this time, I request Maulana Sheikh Muhammad Nasir to please come to the podium to award the certificates to the members of the Board of Directors of the first office. Salawat. We request that we recite a surah Salawat as the names are being called and they come forward here to get the certificate. The first one goes to Sayyid Alim Abbas. Sayyid Alim Abbas. Please come forward. He's not here. I'll keep it for him. Sayyid Jafar Amir. Please come forward. Muhammad Muhammad Salawat. I don't think Sayyid Jafar Amir needs any introduction. I've been here only for about 6 to 8 weeks, and I can always see that he works tirelessly. I mean, he is just a dedicated volunteer of this center. The next one is Brother Ashik Hussain Juma, the treasurer. Next one is Brother Muhammad Mehdi Kanicheri, the chairman of the previous board. I think we are all very familiar and used to the voice of Brother Mehdi. Muhammad Iwali Muhammad Salawat. And the last one is Brother Mohsin Sahnarat. Brother Mohsin. That was only a token of appreciation, but it shows that we do appreciate for all the hard work that went into managing this center. Before I request the Maulana for giving his short speech tonight, I have Brother Ghulam Abbas Merchant, who is the Director of Library and Communication, and he will be giving us a very short, brief special announcement. Let's welcome him by Salawat.
We are having a good time over here today. Suppose you went home today and on Monday you go to work and your boss tells you to go away, go back home. And he doesn't tell you why you are supposed to go. He says just go. Your children are thrown away from the school. And you don't know why. Something like that happened in 1950s out over here. At that time, the targets were communists. Something is happening right now in Washington, and this time the targets are Muslims. And suppose the FBI comes to visit your home and says that you are a subversive criminal. And why? Because you came to IEC today. That's exactly the kind of thing happened in 1950. 2 weeks ago, the Clinton administration proposed the Counter-Terrorism Act. Now, as Muslims, as Brother Hadi had mentioned earlier, we do not support terrorism. The people who do terrorism are not Muslims. But the government is not going to distinguish them. What they have right now is a proposal which reintroduces this specific concept of guilt by association. If you are Muslim, you are guilty. If you come to IEC, you are guilty. You don't have to have done anything. It denies your due process. They won't tell you why you are being accused of anything. Somebody can just accuse you and you can lose your job because of that. It criminalizes legitimate charitable organizations like IEC. If you contribute to IEC, you may become a criminal. You know, these are the activities which are protected by the First Amendment rights, but they are proposed to be restricted for Muslims in particular. And it singles out certain groups which are based on ethnicities like Arabs, or Pakistanis, Afghanis, and on basis of the religion of creation. Now this is a proposal which is just going on right now. This is the time to act. We have had attacks on Muslims in past in newspaper and other places, but we have sat quietly and not done anything. But this time, this thing is happening and it can affect us much more directly, and we need to act. And for this, there are various things we can do. One is send a telegram to the Congress. This has been arranged by Council of American Islamic Muslim Relations. And you can call Western Union, there is a phone number, if you call them, they will send 2 telegrams, and the text is already given out here, which will be posted out on the notice board, and it protests this kind of action. And this will cost you $7.50. There are other things you can do. You can write to the Judiciary Committee, which is considering this proposal. You can write to President Clinton. You can call White House. Any of this action would help. But you have to do it now, you cannot wait. If you do any of these things, make sure you are polite, you are firm, and you do not do anything which may bring disgrace, which will bring anything wrong against Islam, but be firm. I'm going to put this out on the notice board, and please think about it and act on this thing. Salawat Muhammad.
Thank you, Brother Jafar. Just a few announcements before the Maulana gives his speech. The IEC has the 4-year prayer timetables. These are available outside at no cost to you. The IEC school will begin from next Sunday, that is next Sunday at 10 a.m. All kids are requested to be here on time. Every Thursday, the IEC will be conducting classes on the flag after Isha prayers. The classes will be conducted by Maulana Sheikh Muhammad Nasir. All Mu'mineen are encouraged to attend and take advantage of the classes. At this time, I've got a couple of announcements from Brother Jafar, who missed a couple of names here. One was Nusrath Zaidi, who was 10 years old and he fasted 29 days. And Brother Suhail Hassan, who Brother Jafar had mentioned had fasted 3 days, but he says no, he fasted 6 days, so he wanted that corrected. I would like to request one Surah Fatiha for Marhum Sayyid Mehdi Hassan, who is the father of our brother Sarwar and Kaisar Mehdi. Marhum Sayyid Mehdi Hassan recently passed away in Pakistan. Surah Fatiha. At this time, we will now have the speech by Maulana. I would request Mu'mineen to face the member and come forward a little bit so we can get more space and the ladies can feel more comfortable in the back. Wa Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المكرمين لا سیما بقیت الله فی الارضین روحی و ارواح العالمین رحمة عجل الله تعالی فرجه الشریف و جعلنا من خیر اعوانه و انصاره و First of all, I have to give my thanks to all brothers and sisters who take part to provide this succession for us, and we pray for them. May Allah bless all of them, and also I thank all participants in this line, brothers and sisters in faith, and I hope that we can gain good benefit out of this session tonight for our other work and hereafter, inshallah. As my brother mentioned, it's a short speech. I'm telling you that it will be a very short. Because he asked me to go to members or stand here, I told him no, it's very short. Inshallah, it's very short. And of course, God knows how much does it take. But I intend to put it very short. And I want only mention one mas'ala for Salat al-Jama'ah, and I take advantage of this gathering that many people are here. And this mas'ala, sometimes we see that some people do, and we have to mention something. Should we read something when Imam Jama'ah is reciting Hamd Surah or not? Or can we recite something or not? This is one thing. I want to mention this matter. Because I myself heard sometimes, and some of our brothers said that they heard that some of our brothers, and I don't know my sister, that they recite Hamd Surah with Imam Jama'ah. Loudly, not loudly, in a low voice. Is it correct or not? Is it valid or not? The mas'ala is that when the Imam Jama'ah is saying Hamd Surah, especially in Salat al-Fajr, in Salat al-Maghrib, and in Salat al-Isha, you have to listen and to keep silent. You shouldn't recite Hamd Surah. And also in the Salat al-Zuhr wal-Asr, you can recite Hamd Surah. Because Imam is going to recite it on behalf of you. So you can't do it. And if you do it deliberately, your salat is perfect. So please don't recite Hamd Surah when Imam Jama'at is saying Hamd Surah. Yes, if the lines are very much and there isn't any loudspeaker, and you can't hear the voice of Imam Jama'at who says Hamd Surah, it is mustahab for you to recite Hamd Surah in a low voice. It's mustahab, not worship. And in the zone and ask Hamd Surah that you don't hear, because Imam Jama'at doesn't say it in a loud voice, so it is mustahab to stay there, not Hamd Surah. So you can say in the, when Imam Jama'at is saying Hamd Surah in Salat al-Zuhr wal-Asr, you can say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, anything that you want. You can say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar. You can say La ilaha illallah, Haqqul Mu'min. Any words that you like. You can read, but please don't read and the Surah because it calls your salah to be batil. Say salah. I only want to mention this point from the Holy Quran, and I want Allah Ta'ala to give me tawfiq to explain this point and come to a good conclusion, inshallah, that benefits us in the whole life and benefits the whole community of Muslim people, inshallah. This ayah is this: يَمُنُّونَ عَلَيْكَ أَنْ أَسْلَمَ قُلْ لَا تَمُنُّوا عَلَيَّ إِسْلَامَكُمْ بَلِ اللَّهُ يَمُنُّ عَلَيْكُمْ أَنْ هَدَاكُمْ لِلْإِيمَانِ. Very briefly, what does this ayah say? There were some people, when they entered Islam and they declared Shahadatain, they come to Rasulullah and put minna on Rasulullah. He came and became Muslim. In a way that they want something from Rasulullah to give them, that they become, because they become Muslims, so they want something and Rasulullah owes something to them. And Allah is owing to them something. They came to Rasulullah and said, he became Muslim. He said, Shahadatain, he became Muslim. Because you see, our Prophet was very kind to people and he was very eager to invite people to Islam, and people saw that Rasulullah wants very much that people come and gain the community of Muslims. So they came to Rasulullah and put minna that yes, we became Muslim. Quran mentions this point and says, Yamunnuna alay. They come and say that you have minna upon you. I don't know the exact word, how we can translate minna in English, but all of you know that what is they put weight on shoulder of Prophet, that we became Muslim. So Prophet is owing something, obligation. But Allah says, بَلِ اللَّهُ يَمُنُّ عَلَيْكُمْ أَنْ هَدَاكُمْ لِلْإِيمَانِ. It is not you that you put weight on Rasulullah that you became Muslim. It is Allah that put weight on you, that He guided you towards Iman. You didn't become Muslim yet. But Allah has weight on you that He guided you towards Islam. This is a very good and very precise point in Islamic morality. We have to be very careful about ourselves. The day that we think that we have a way on Allah or on Rasulullah or on religion, Islam owes us, this is the day that we came down. We have to be humble all the time. We have to think anything that we do, any worship, any prayer, even become martyrs in the way of Allah. We shouldn't put any way on Allah or put any way on other people. Your reward is kept by Allah if you are pious. And you shouldn't say that I have done such and such things and Islam owes us. It is a wrong character. We have to be very careful tonight I told this because this is for the benefit of our children and for our young people who are present here, youth people, that we praise them tonight. That's very good. You are a young boy, you are a young girl, and you did so and so and so things. You fasted these days, you recited verses of Quran. Brothers and sisters, we have to know that all these things that we did is a tawfiq from Allah. And He was who that gave us tawfiq to do that. And He would give us more than these things that we did. So we shouldn't have we shouldn't be like arrogant against other brothers, against other sisters, against other people, that I did so and so. We shouldn't be like that. And we have to be thankful for Allah. Yes, we have a responsibility, we as parents, as the responsibility of this community, we have to thank you. Because man lam yashkur al-makhluq, lam yashkur al-khaliq. But you have to be careful not to get this disease of becoming arrogant. Because to become arrogant starts from here. If you boast of something against someone, and you say, yes, I am such and such, and you aren't. I am the one who did this, and you aren't the one. You are not the one that did this. And this is true about the group, Muslim group and Muslim country. We all are the servants of Allah Ta'ala, and if Allah has given us tawfiq to become believers, we have to be thankful to Allah. And we shouldn't think that we are separate people and Allah should praise us and there isn't anything for other people. And this is the trap. Be very careful. This is the trap that Bani Israel were trapped in. Because Allah gave them many blessings, and Allah mentions this in Quran that Ya Bani Israel, فَضَّلْتُكُمْ عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ. We gave you some blessings that we didn't give any other people. And they become very arrogant. Like arrogant against Allah and against arrogant people. They became arrogant against Allah and against Moses. And they thought that, yes, we are the children of Allah. And Allah, we are the intimate friends of Allah. Allah says, if you are the friends of Allah and the other people are not friends of Allah, the friends of Allah, awliya Allah, they have a sign. That sign is to ask for their death. If you are right, please ask Allah to give your death and you die. Because good people, because they know that they have a good level, a good place before Allah, they always want to go and reach that position, reach that level. So they want Allah to reach them. And we are all the time the same. And that's why they don't change. They always are good worshippers. They are always humble people. And they are always praising Allah. And this disease is very dangerous for us as an individual and for groups of Muslims as groups. We have to be careful about all Muslims in the whole world. And if we are successful to do something, don't boast of it and say that we are successful to this and that. We have to think about the difficulties that Muslim people are facing today. As brothers and sisters tonight that we observe the Eid and celebrate in some manner the Eid faith for our brothers and sisters, Muslim brothers and sisters in the whole world. They are on the stage. And recently in Pakistan, that massacre that happened, and in 2 months, tens of people were killed, gone down. And this is not the only massacre that happened and is going to happen. This is the difficulty of the whole community of Muslim people in the whole world, and we are one. And we have to be thankful of Allah that Allah has given us tawfiq to be a firm mu'min, to be a firm shi'ah, to be a firm lover of Ahlul Bayt. And Allah has laid on us that He has guided us to this position. And I want Allah to give us this side. It's a little bit difficult that all the time you be humble, at the same time to boast yourself against arrogant people, and always praise Allah for any situation that comes forth for you. And it's the way that Ahlul Bayt shows up. And we have to be followers of it. I mentioned this scene that happened after Karbala, and if you live for Ahlul Bayt in this occasion, we want Allah to send the reward to our brothers and maybe sisters that were massacred recently. And we want Allah for the honor of Ahlul Bayt and for the honor of Imam Zaman alayhi to give Mu'mineen and Muslimin more power and more strength in the whole world. What happened after Imam Hussein alayhi salam was martyred? It was a very difficult situation, mostly for women of Ahl Haram, of Imam Hussein. And there was only one young man among them, and I mentioned one day he was Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. He had a very high fever in the whole day, and even he couldn't stay on the camel, and they wrapped him, they tied him by a chain, and he couldn't support his ladies, his honored ladies, and Zainab, Salamullah alayha, he had the biggest responsibility of all children. Some of them sometimes dropped from the camel to save them, to call them, give them anything they wanted. In the whole journey that they had, and see what happened when they arrived in Kufa and in the majlis of the Ziyad. They touched the hands of this honored lady and the hand of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, and in that session that all the authorities were present. They are ordered to come in the session, and as the Ziyad starts to speak and say, Alhamdulillah alladhi qatalakum wa nasarana. I praise Allah that He killed you and gave us victory. I don't know what happened to the hearts of Hazrat Zainab and Hazrat Sajjad in that moment. But you see, this lesson that Hazrat Zainab gave all of us. She says one sentence. Christ, with his loud voice, very bravely, ما رأيت إلا جميلا. I didn't see anything but nice and beauty from Allah. If you kill our men, they are in the heaven. And if you today are tied before you, Allah will give us our reward. But what do you think and how do you respond, Rasulullah, if he comes to this majlis and see us, his Ahlul Bayt, see us in this manner? What would you do? And Ibn Ziyad became very angry and said, order that kill this young, meaning Hazrat Sajjad alayhi salam. And Hazrat Zainab came forth and said, I don't let you kill this young. If you want to kill this young, please kill this first. And afterwards you can kill this young. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammadin. اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج واجعلنا من خير أنصاره وأعوانه اللهم وفقنا لما تحب وترضى واجعل عواقب أمورنا خيرا. اللهم أيد الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أيد حماة الدين. اللهم أيد علماءنا الربانيين. اللهم أيد ولي أمر المسلمين. اللهم اغفر لموتانا. اللهم سلم مسافرينا. اللهم اشف مرضانا بمحمد وآل محمد صلوات الله.
Thank you, Maulana Sir. At this time, I would like to wrap up the program this evening. But before I do that, just a couple of very quick, brief announcements. I think we have a very large gathering of Mu'mineen tonight. And on behalf of the board, I would like to request all those Mu'mineen who are still not members of the IEC, please take the step and become the member of this IEC. The IEC needs more members so we can run more efficiently, and we need your support. And one way to have that support is to become a member of IEC. If you are not a member, please contact any member of the board, and if you don't know who the members of the board are, you come to me and I'll take you to one. After the ziyarah, dinner will be served, and at this time, due to the large crowd, I would request the parents to see that the children go to the school area where dinner will be served for them there. And in the end, my apologies for this slightly extended program, but I think it was time well worth spent because we had a beautiful program from our children. I request one salawat, and then we stand up for our ziyarah. Salawat.